And here we are, checking in at Jacksonville Airport, and that went pretty smoothly. And the staff here were very helpful getting everything set up, including tagging my wheelchair properly. And here are my parents, and they are the ones that tagged along with me to this amazing trip to Tokyo, Japan. Then it was time for one of the less fun parts of the trip, transferring into an aisle chair to get to my seat on the plane. And if you travel with a wheelchair, you know this drill, and you know how much work it will be. And my dad here, he is the one that helps me get into the chair and then into the plane seat. And here we are ready for takeoff, and boarding was pretty quick, and before we knew it, we were up in the air heading to Charlotte, and the flight was smooth, but things got interesting after we landed. And here you can see my wheelchair, and my wheelchair was meant to be brought to the gate, but it wasn't. You can see that it was brought to the baggage claim, and that was stressful for us. But I just wanted to give a little shout out to the ground crew in Charlotte that they did make this right and fix the situation. But we were waiting for an hour, so connection times, that is a big thing. So make sure you guys have enough time in between everything. But they did fix this, and we made it with enough time to make our next flight.
How has your journey been so far? How have your transfers been?
I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
Waiting on people.
How did American do with your wheelchair just a few minutes ago? Huh?
I don't know. We'll find out.
Did they bring your wheelchair to you?
Oh, they took forever in a day.
An hour.
Yeah, a freaking hour.
In the flight number 2, Charlotte to LA, everything was going super good until we had to make an unexpected stop in Albuquerque due to a medical emergency on board the plane. And thankfully, the passenger got the help they needed, and after a bit of waiting, we were back in the air. And then we landed in LA, but that was crazy. We were cutting it really close for our international flight to Tokyo, and we had to go outside of the main terminal and make it to the international flight terminal. So that was a mad dash through LAX to try and make it in time. But we made it in time, so that was perfect. And look at these seats. For the long haul flight to Tokyo, we had lay flat seats, which are very comfortable for a long flight. After all that, we finally made it to Tokyo. We were all super tired, but we were excited to explore. We are now headed to our hotel from Haneda Airport using the Japanese monorail system, which is very accessible. Some stations do have quite a gap between the train and the platform, but they have ramps to prevent your wheelchair from getting stuck. I also noticed that the Japanese citizens are much more courteous than American ones, and much more ways than one, which has been quite interesting to experience. Once we got to our hotel, we dropped off our bags and decided to head back out. Our monorail took us over the infamous Rainbow Bridge, which was pretty cool. As we headed over to Shimbashi in the Minato district of Tokyo to do some more exploring. As you can see here, we did have to roll in the middle of a street due to the narrowness of the sidewalk in this area. But honestly, it was very rare to come across places that weren't accessible. Next, we made a roll and a few tire spins over to the Tsuzuki Fish Market for some good eats, because it was lunchtime and we were starving. What I will say about this market is that some of the streets you go down are wide and not too crowded, while others can be super tight and packed, but I managed to make it through. So if you get claustrophobic or are worried about being in areas with lots of people, just something to keep in mind. Here we are trying frozen grapes covered in a frozen sugar honey coating, and it was pretty okay. But then we tried Wagyu beef, and it was absolutely to die for, better than any steak I've had in my entire life. And after that, we headed back to the hotel after a very busy day, especially after all the traveling. But we decided to stop at a mall next to our hotel and had a first bowl of Japanese ramen, which was amazing. The tables and everything inside the restaurant were accessible too. One thing I deal with a lot, whether I'm in the States or abroad, is tables being too low, so then I have to end up hanging my legs off the footplate. But I didn't have that problem there, in that restaurant, which was a relief. But a quick fun fact, between our hotel and the mall, there was a view of the Rainbow Bridge and the Statue of Liberty. Thank y'all for watching my first video. My next vlog will cover the next couple of days here in Japan. Hopefully I've shown you that you can access adventure anywhere. Until next time, keep rolling.